Today at the Hideout, we are taking a break from the big AAA titles and taking a look at some amazing indie titles you can find that the Nintendo Switch has to offer. Whether your cup of tea is Metroidvanias, roguelites, or even just a relaxing farm game, we have you covered. So sit back and enjoy some of these otherwise hidden gems. Number 10, Rogue Legacy 2. Releasing November 9th, 2022, in this entry, your legacy defines you in this genealogical roguelite. Rogue Legacy 2 is a Metroidvania-style game with each run being completely random, from the floors of the castle to the hero you're playing. You start as a heroic knight, but with no abilities or skills unlocked. The game intends on the player dying to show you the random heir that'll be the player's next hero. With cool abilities and a lovely splash of comedy, your heir can be as simple as a human archer or as complex as a bearded woman barbarian vampire with tunnel vision, and yes, that all comes into play during the different runs while you try to progress through the game. Number 9, Undertale. If not for its amazing soundtrack alone, this game's amazing story and fourth wall breaking moments gladly take a spot on our list. Releasing on the Switch on September 18th, 2018, is a game where you play as a human falling into a mysterious land called the Underground. You are taken in by a lovely goat woman and taught to care instead of fight. When deciding to leave and find a way home, you are given a choice on how you, the player, want to experience this amazing story. The first way is remembering that you don't have to fight, the pacifist route, or that you can choose to destroy it all and fight everything in the genocide route. Number 8, BROFORCE. This entry is filled with hilarious comedy and plenty of action. Released for the Switch on July 9th, 2018, bringing a little bit of everything to the table with this run and gun style of gameplay. It makes our list for all of the creative references to your favorite action heroes you grew up loving. In this colorful cast of characters, you have all of your favorites such as Rambro, Brohard, or even Brocop, and many, many more. Its 1 to 4 player co-op also makes an amazing laugh that you can have with your friends time and time again. Before we get to number 7 though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell if you're enjoying these top 10s. We have lots more coming. And as always, please let us know if you have any suggestions for other top 10s. We love your suggestions, keep them coming. Number 7, Dead Cells. This entry, releasing May 10th, 2017, is a tough roguelite Metroidvania style game that is more than worth the pain, sweat, and tears you will sink into exploring its interconnected world. With waves of never-ending enemies that learn from repeated deaths and mistakes, as well as the player, it makes for some fun platforming puzzles. You can easily lose track of time while playing and exploring in this world with areas like high cliffs or deep sewers. Another fun reason this entry makes our list is how unique each run feels, with loads of randomized items and different passives that you can unlock by talking to NPCs that are also randomized. Number 6, Stardew Valley. You can't have a list of the best Switch indie games without it. Released October 5th, 2017, this entry turned everyone into farmers and is still working its magic 5 years after its Nintendo Switch release. The amazing thing about this entry is all the different ways you can play. Whether you want a relaxing single or multiplayer experience, tending your crops and deepening your bonds with the townspeople, or you want to be brave and explore old mines and fight off monsters, the choice is yours in this best depiction of life out on a little farm on the Switch. Number 5, Shovel Knight. This entry, released for Switch March 3rd, 2017, was reminiscing on some of the Nintendo classics like Super Mario Bros. And Mega Man series. Like the previously mentioned games, this entry is an 8-bit platformer with its own little twist. On top of the classic feel it has, it brings a splash of RPG elements. Examples of these elements are being able to unlock skills and abilities to upgrade your gear, such as armor and weapons, giving the Nintendo veterans a fresh twist on the formula we've all known and loved for years. Number 4, Risk of Rain 2. This action-packed entry is a third-person shooter released March 28th, 2019. Jumping between a variety of worlds with a diverse cast of characters with all unique abilities and massive list of items gives you the opportunity to make your own build centered around the way you like to play. Like that wasn't enough, you can also unlock artifacts that modify each run by finding them hidden across different planets. So, are you ready for the endless fun and infinite possibilities, whether you want to build a speeding mercenary or infinite rocket launching engineer? Just be ready for a difficulty that literally laughs at you if you survive waves long enough. Number 3, Cuphead. This entry was released April 18th, 2019. Whether you like teeth-grinding difficulty or wonderful design looking like classic cartoons that fill all the older members of our hideout with nostalgia, it has something for almost everybody. Playing as a little cup who made a deal with the devil, you must go around and collect other souls in the form of challenging boss fights. Fully taking advantage of its cartoon appearance, the fights get very creative, ranging between battling giant vegetables or turning to a plane to fight a blimp woman, and that's only the beginning for the player filling these unfortunate cups' shoes. Number 2. Hades. Releasing September 17th, 2020, everyone's favorite year, the entry takes place in the Greek mythology's underworld. You play the son of Hades himself trying to escape. This game is filled with all sorts of cool abilities and passives that the player has a chance of acquiring from other gods in the form of boons. Throughout, you can find different items that'll help you in many attempts to run while increasing the chance for certain gods to appear. For example, when unlocked, you can start with a thunder signet that increases the chances of seeing your Uncle Zeus and gaining access to some of his lightning attacks. Putting the gameplay aside for a moment, its amazing story is told through stunning visuals and a decent soundtrack. There are plenty of fun moments and even a few romantic ones if you so choose to progress certain quest lines, giving everyone something to think about as they play through. Honorable mentions: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. The first honorable mention, releasing earlier this year on June 16th, 2022, is none other than Heroes in the Half-Shells themselves. No good indie game list is complete with at least one beat-em-up game, and this is ours. Calling back to the classic arcade style, this game has plenty of beautiful pixel art and almost everything is based on the 1987 cartoon. Having up to 6 different players, you can fight off the Foot Clan as any of your favorite turtles and more. So grab a controller and get ready for classic experience with this radical new story. Our second honorable mention today is Skul, the Hero Slayer. This fast-paced action game was released October 21st, 2021. Playing as a little skeleton, you help free your monster friends from the quote-unquote heroes who have captured them. As you progress through the game, you can unlock 100 different skulls, each changing how the character looks and plays. But that's not all! After saving some of your fellow monsters, you unlock the ability to upgrade your skulls to help you defend yourself from the other heroes and knights trying to stop you. After playing this game for some time, you will start to realize there's always 2 sides to every story, and maybe some of the creepy monsters people fear aren't so bad after all. And now the one you've been waiting for, number 1, Neon White. This fast-paced first-person shooter came to Switch June 16th, 2022. Playing an assassin handpicked from hell to slay some demons and get a second shot at redemption, this game makes a top spot due to its action and interesting weapon system. Unlike other shooters that the gameplay may remind you of, such as Doom or Halo, this entry has a special twist to all its guns and abilities you as the character can use that come in the form of cards. You are left with a choice of keeping the card to have access to its corresponding weapon or tearing the card for an ability that the card possesses. That's this week's top 10. Did we cover your favorites? I hope so. If not, let us know what your favorite indie games are in the comments below, and what future top 10s you at the Hideout would like to see in the future. Until then, we'll see you all soon and hope you guys stay cozy.